Water!
Meat time.
With water in the burger shop.
A boy and his big sack of raw meat are not easily led, Twain, so, like, fucking stop.
What's up, y'all? Started the stream a little late. A little bit later than intended. Had some stuff I had to do that I didn't know I had to do. And then I had to do it. But it's okay. I'm gonna move this up a bit. I think that looks nicer. Also, I'm gonna turn it off because it's starting. Yeah, like, woo! I got a feeling that tonight, tonight's gonna be a good night. Got a feet. Toad drinking that beverage from a certain paper doctor.
Led astray by the burger man into his burger van. He wants these buns, but he can't be. They belong to Christ.
They belong to Christ. My burger buns belong to Jesus. I saw Vine Sauce was streaming, but then I saw it was UFO 50, and while that's cool, I was like, Stream Life Simulator seems like it'll do okay over here. It's just different enough, you know? It's just different enough. So let's get into the game. I'm gonna boot it up. I can't even like remember what I did. That's the funny part. What was I doing for all these hours? Stuff with hard drives. Something was not right with my computer. But also wasn't so bad that, you know, I was like flipping, freaking out or something. I'll remember it. It took a while though. It's strange. Oh, hold on. I didn't remember it, but hold on. Let's get it. Hold on. There's no music here. Let me turn on the jazz again. So, check this out. I didn't notice this last time, but the cat in the main menu follows my cursor. Can't really see my cursor right now, but that's because I have a setting turned on in OBS that hides my cursor. So we're gonna probably need to start a new game. I remember it being distinctly really fucked up last time. But before we start, let me actually post a link on Blue Sky before I forget.
These
These buns hail from Bunger's Bane, but that be long ago before I started my heterosexual love for the sea, praise Christ.
I really like how the... Sorry, I had to put the drug label on the stream tonight. I was going to be doing a lot of drug. I like how he put the praise Christ at the end of that, like an old reverend. Heterosexual love with a C, praise Christ. Just like as a period to the sentence. Alright. I gotta write this blue sky beep, or whatever you call it. Alright. We're freaking having sex. Streamer Life Simulator offers a challenging experience, attempts to deliver the real streamer life experience. Okay. Says it right there. Just so we're all clear. Just so we are all clear, let me turn on my PNG tuber as well. I like to do a rolling stream startup now where I remember everything I have to do while I'm about to start playing. It's a lot easier on the computer, actually. Less chance of a sudden, cascading, horrible emergency of circumstance. Let's go ahead and pin this to the taskbar as well. Make it a little easier on us next time. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-bum. Boom, boom. I'm gonna put them here. And I'm gonna
Getting
need
freak nasty and sticky with the orange soda, guzzling that shite down, praise Christ.
Oh, that was great. Oh, that was a good one. Hold on. Alright. Make my boy large. Bam. Oh, excuse me. That was good. That was a good pirate line. That made me happy. Alright, let's start a new game. Yes, please. We fricked up the last one. Something fierce. Something Sasha fierce. Maybe we should have a pretty girl. Maybe we should make a girl this time. Nah, we gotta make some creep. Hold on. What am I thinking? Shiny guy. We're gonna make the shiny guy again, but even better. But real quick, let me satisfy my own curiosity. I should have done this off stream, but I didn't have time. I'm gonna look in this game's files. Uh-oh. Okay, bad news. It looks like it's a Unity game. Yes, it is. Sometimes they're a little bit hard to get into the files of. And maybe I should do this off stream. But also there might be some potential here. I don't know. Either way, I would like to make the facial sliders more freaked up. Okay, so.
Let Girls Be Creeps 2023. Creeps for Christ.
Should I make a creepy girl? Creeps for Christ? Mm-hmm. We could. Okay, it saves both of our little ghouls here, so we can actually, like, compare at the end. I gotta make some more background music. I just made this one. I only had time to make this one. So far. I don't know, no wrinkles to exacerbate the smooth.
Give them scurvy in Christ's name, amen.
What a good pirate suggestion. I might try to give this dude like a scurvy sort of vibe, you know? Give that dude a scurvy vibe. Get this dude all scurved out. Hold on. All right. Okay. All right. Sorry, I just imagined somebody saying I'm all scurvied out. That's pretty funny.
Hourglass scurves.
Hourglass scurves. Oh. Imagine. She's so hourglass. She's so nasty. I wish these, again, had labels. Maybe they will in the full release of this game. They seem to be good weights, though. Whatever I assumed Streamer Life creator people didn't make this character rigging setup. But whoever did, I think they seem to have somebody who did their research. Because these seem really natural.
Got them apple bottom jeans. Boots with the scurves.
Boots with the scurves. Okay, hold on. I can't concentrate when the skin is like that. It's so freaky. Okay. Boots with the scurves. You know, I'm gonna follow the advice I learned from this game last night. And I'm gonna put my webcam on. Hold on. It like crops it in reverse. It's hard to tell what's going on. I don't know what's going on. It's crazy. Because I remember last night in the beginning of the game, they said, you know, streamers who show like their face and stuff, they get more attention, right? So me, hold on. Hi. What's up, Ducky? One moment. There we go. My friend wanted me to tell you he said Shadingus. It's very random. It's very little random XD. Also, hi.
Slim, thick, and scurvy as fuck brr.
True. I'm following the game's advice. I'm gonna... Let me move webcam over here for now. Hold on. This game has a lot of perfectly aligned menus for not giving me good places to put a webcam. Here we go. Okay. I need to clean my fucking glasses. They're so bad. I think got a little barbecue sauce in there. Come on, man. I need to make freak. These things are fucked. I'll multitask. How y'all doing? I'm trying really hard to make a person right now. I mean, they are a person. I'm trying to make a certain freak. I don't know if I can. And if all else fails, we can always go back to the goblin. I'm trying. I don't want to tell y'all who I'm trying to make, but it's starting to look like someone else that I'm not trying to make. So it's like, don't start guessing yet because it's useless. I can't get it. I'm trying to make Germa and it's not working. So I need to just make some fucking freak. I was trying to make Germa. I had a fucking picture of his face over there. I was trying to make Germa. It's not happening. It's like I keep making somebody who looks like an actor I've seen before or like my old coworker. And I can't get like an actual Germa. And every time I look up pictures of Germa, like half of them are edited to make him look like insane. So like how chin size kind of. Okay, this looks like Germa because it looks like he's about to say something. I couldn't stand like the anxiety of going on making a seemingly normal looking human being after saying I was gonna make a freak. What is it, man? Is it the eyes? Dude, stop giving me those eyes. Guys, I just need to make... I'm just gonna make some freak. Whatever.
New from Monster Energy. The new Zero Sugar Scurvy Citrus Slam.
It starts looking like Germa again sometimes, and I'm like, should I try it? Dude, like, put his face back on here. Oh my god, in this edit, he's like bald and looks like a Simpsons character. Jesus Christ. Dude, some of these edits are horrifying. Why did he do this to this guy, man? It's so bad. You just make shit up, man, about this guy. It's so bad. Alright. His face is way longer. It's just like longer. This dude looks so puffy now. He looks so red, man. Does that do anything? I'm looking at these pictures of Germa, and Homeboy is pale. Like... Forehead bigger. Larger forehead. Face. Jaw's way high up. Jaw's narrow. Why does this dude look so congested? It must be his eyes. God, this dude looks like the scout from Team Fortress 2. But not in the Germa way. Eyebrows. He's got like the Neanderthal thing going on. That's why. I didn't have that. I also have that. I'm like 2% Neanderthal, I think. Which should explain a lot about me. I've never looked this intently at Germa before. I remember you could adjust the mouth. That's the eyes. I'm trying to replicate this picture I'm looking at exactly so I can like... Are we building Danny Gonzalez? Is that who I'm trying to... Is that who I keep thinking of? Danny Gonzalez. Because I'm like, dude, I keep thinking this looks like an actor. Oh. Yeah, this is a, YouTube guy. I've watched this guy before. I was like, who's this guy look like? I'm trying to make Germa. And, I just can't get anybody pale enough, really. Whatever it is, we can just call him. Nah, let's not call him German 985. It feels kind of weird, you know? What was the name of our guy last time? Dude, his eyes are huge. Dude, this guy's... I don't know who this guy is. Okay, just watching this guy's eyes shift around to this music. It's the worst music video ever. I've got to shut his mouth. He's gonna dry out. I do this. I'm always just like, dude, it makes my jaw hurt. He's so oily. Name him oily. Slick man. He looks... When he raises his eyebrows up like that, he looks stoned out of his gourd. Look at this guy. Dude looks more and more Italian by the second. What is it with Twitch chat as being like, hey yo, I'm hungry. Streamer, I'm hungry. I can't feed you. Enjoy your tendies though. There's his eyebrows right there. Think him bald like Dan Henschel. Yeah, we gotta just make it free, dude. Drop the jaw. Ahigal. Constant Ahigal forever. Alright. Catch you in a bit. Alright, let's see. dude has a problem. My favorite streamer, Gape. Yeah, we call him Gape. Oily Gape. What happened to the Tim lookalike? That save got fucked up. This game's early access, so. And I hate this fucker. I don't like looking at this guy at all. My face when I'm at the dentist. I mean, I feel like he's been to the dentist a lot. Just a little gross looking lips. Alright, he smokes. You should have like the bluest eyes. I'd love to make a character creator like this and give the teeth cavities. Give the teeth Wait, let me read that again. I'd love to make a character creator like this and give the teeth cavities that you can't remove. Yeah. Dude, when I zoom out, it like zooms back up. Fuck. Why do you zoom following my cursor? Weird. Sweet. More chances of me going outside, taking a walk, and seeing people like this. Wow. I'm gonna go to the park tomorrow. Hell yeah. You think we can go to the park in this game? Streamer is chained to his desk. How did you know? Hi, Coast. What's up, Coast? Not me being chained to my desk for multiple reasons. All of them not sexual. It's weird, the depth is like inverted. Or I guess it's the depth of your nose bone going into your skull. We should get this guy veneers. This dude should be, like, the town should come together to get this man veneers. Oh yeah, we're gonna make him bald. I'm failing to fall asleep, dreading an analysis I have to write for school, and low-key horny. This is what I think Terrare would look like. Holy shit. I kind of forgot about Terrare. Chat, do you know about Terrare? He was a very special human. Ignore the screaming in the background, okay? Alright? Ignore it. Don't worry about it, okay? I don't even know if you heard it. Okay, and if you didn't hear it, then... Oh, you're dyeing your hair. Terrare was I believe, a French rural peasant boy who seemingly had an empty pit of a stomach, and he would just eat so many things. He had such a big, like... I'm probably not gonna get the facts right. He might have eaten a baby by the end of it. Go watch Sam O'Nella's video after this stream, not right now, because I need you to... I don't need, but it would be great if you kept watching the stream. You know. But anyways, Sam O'Nella's video on Terrare. Very, very good telling. For later learning, thank you, Sam. Terrare Oil Gape. Terrare 2.0. That actually kind of rolls off the tongue, unfortunately. What color? Blondish amber or silverish white? You're dyeing your hair soon? Hell yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking about dyeing mine. I'm kidding. Really big eyes to scope out food fast. Wish we could denote that he is supposed to be French. Terrare would have loved being a mukbang streamer? Yeah, for sure. It's eating mass amounts of food specifically, right? Not just eating, as I've learned. It's eating a lot of food in front of a camera or live streaming it, or it's either a video of it or a live stream of it. I'm familiar with videos of it though, because it's like higher quality. Yeah. Blondish amber, silverish white. I feel like the blondish amber is more well established. Like, I'm more like definite that one's gonna look good. The silverish white sounds a little bit more on the experimental side, but also would probably look good. You probably make it look good. So, be waiting for my tendies. Tendies good. Just really deep purple eyes. Facial hair? No. I don't think we can make him much worse. mouth shape. I think that's as wide as it's gonna get, man. Yeah. Yeah, I think they'll look really good. He looks like he's like infinitely yawning. It just like never ends. He's just he's stuck. Nom, 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 nom. Symmetrical, a little bit of asymmetrical. Asymmetry. Start stream. It's like the type of person to put his whole hand in your glass of water. That's so specific. I love that. Yeah. I guess, yeah. Actually. I just don't feel right with this guy. Yeah, just like that, yeah. Did I make him oilier? Some spots. Nah, I need him smooth, man. Maybe make him a little blue. What if we make him a little blue, chat? What's he gonna look like? Oh, wow. Oh, he looks sick. Oh, he looks really sick. Oh, he looks dead. Whatever restaurant he's at, I don't want to be a part of. I remember the plot now. It's some AI generated bullshit about a cafe, and it didn't make sense. And the boss was like, dude died middle of his stream, and he just kept going. Smooth as possible. Testing the microphone. Sound check. 1, 2, 3. Cooling the hardware. Let's not fry the PC. Testing the microphone. Sound check. 1, 2, 3. Calling the chat moderators. Keeping it peaceful. Okay. I thought it was gonna like start rapping. Sorry. Starting the modem. The classic fix. If streaming doesn't work out, I'm gonna suck some dicks. I hope the boss won't be angry that I'm late at work. I broke down this whole scene last stream where I like just lambasted. Is that the term? What does lambasted mean? Actually, I'm gonna look it up. It means to like roast something, right? Criticize something or someone harshly. Okay. I lambasted this scene last stream of this game. I guess I can turn down the jazz now. Because it's AI and just ridiculous plot. I hope the boss won't be angry that I'm late for work. Your coworker asks, can I have a cappuccino? A customer asks, can I get a double shot espresso, which is just an espresso shot. I'm giving an abridged version. Your boss says, deal with the customers now. You're like, okay. And then you're like, I wonder who I should start with first. You start writing it down. Because I guess you're new here. Your boss says, can't you remember 2 coffees? Are you dumb? What? The boss is very angry. I'd better watch out. And then this guy, give me my coffee now. Boom. And then he smashes the coffee that he wants.
Oh no.
And the boss says, you useless idiot. Get the fuck out of my business. And then my boss punches me and says, you already deserve this beating. He starts kicking me. He starts stomping me. That bottom scene reminds me of that gif of that diner from that animated movie of that guy eating the food really fast and running away. Bam, smash. So our boss is trying to kill us now because a customer slammed the coffee. Also, the background sound effects have a phone notification sound in them, and it's on a loop, and they didn't care to remove it. Yeah. Boss, don't ever come back here. What? I hated this job anyway. Which, fair. If my boss tried to kill me because of an unfortunate incident or a run-in with a customer. I've dropped coffees before. Yeah, it sucks. I've like, it happens. Just clean it up, make sure everybody's all right, refund them, get them coffee. We say, oh, what's this? We see a newspaper on the ground. Wealthy internet streamers. Wealthy internet streamers. This is a reputable newspaper. Ways internet. It's just a very interesting newspaper. 5 hours later, after our beatdown. Welcome. Streamer Life Simulator 2 is currently in early access. You may encounter some annoying, unexpected bugs. Thank you for supporting the development process. You're so welcome. I am going to roast the game, but it's all in love. The developers, if you're seeing this, it's all in love. But quit using the AI stuff. Quit it. I'm gonna wag my finger at you. I'm getting to that age where a finger wag from me means something. Open the phone. Turn it off. Turn off the alarm. Why is there an alarm? That wasn't a, was that like I tripped the alarm to the place here that I work at? Baguette. Want to go get high? I'm sorry. I have here, let me try to find it. It's so weird. I don't know why I have this. I think it has something to do. I was reading about ergot poisoning, which can make you hallucinate, and it comes from bread. And there was a picture. I guess I was looking at the Google image results for whatever reason. There was a picture from just like an article talking about this, and had a bunch of a bunch of baguettes and like loaves of bread with just the text overlaid on top of it. Want to go get high? And it's just out of context. My file searching index thing is updating its database. I gotta go looking for it manually. It's probably not worth it, though. It's a really good picture. Oh, it's really good, though. Oh, damn. Oh, it's really good, though. Okay, images. Memes. Starting with W. B. Like bread. I'm gonna search the word wanna. I have too many pictures saved. There's just too many pictures on the computer. Clearly. Who knows where it is? Maybe I'll find it someday. I forgot about you, lady. Hold on. Ergot poisoning bread article. Strange medieval. Wanna go get high. What a strange search that I just put in. But maybe it'll work. You feel tired. Leave me alone. Oh my god, I immediately found it. Okay. I didn't expect to be able to find it. Okay, well, now I have to look it up on my computer. And I also have to walk back there in the game for this even to make sense. Stupid. So stupid. Oh, you're so hungry. Leave my character alone, okay? Body of character, of same character. Please. Oh, thank God. Here it is.
Cannabis, marijuana, tetrahydrocannabinol.
What's up, certified boy lover she they? The image was called Baguette -High, by the way. Wanna go get high? You see why it made me think of it. And I immediately, I just walked up to these things. And I was just like, shit, wanna go get high? Why does mouth feel good when say those words, you know? Are you? Wanna go get high? Pulls out a bunch of loaves of bread. Hey, wanna go get doped up on ergot poisoning? I think my character's gonna starve. Cooked. Can't, no, it says canned. Okay. I see. Hopefully one day. One day again. Ignore the screaming. Don't worry about it, okay? Welcome in. We are stealing a computer from work. Check it out. I'm stealing stuff from my old job. It's not really work for me anymore because I actually got fired. Hold on.
Are we going to have a dancing plague in our mouth like it's 1432?
Girl, you know it.
Cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe. Inflatable toy. Wait, I still have the bread up on there. Yeah, want to go get high? Yeah. I was thinking we have a dancing plague dance off. You know? Somehow, I've cropped my webcam closer than I think Germa ever had. That's my standard of somebody who's like, yeah, I gotta control what they see. Discombobulate. Sorry, I had to steal that from you. I've been thinking about that fucking...
Discombobulate. Discombobulation.
Discombobulate. I didn't have to steal that from you. I just have poor impulse control, actually. If you'll forgive me. Oh yeah, there's like money laying around. Hold on. We're gonna need all the money we can get. Trust me. This is Streamer Life Simulator. And if this is, by the way, no indication of what I would actually do in this situation. However, because I'm pretty sure these are like supposed to be my fucking coworkers, like my old coworkers' tips. Wait, my headphones just disconnected. Pretend that's you. I can't afford a sub. No, it's fine. I'm talking about the Streamer Life Simulator. In this situation, I wouldn't. If this were real life, I wouldn't be like stealing from a job I just got fired from. Even if my boss did beat me down and probably owes me thousands of medical bills, from kicking the shit out of me for no good reason, might I add. Assault and battery, criminal charges, etc. He would be facing from me. But also, like, these are like my ex coworkers' tips. If you're wondering what that was me trying to remember what the fuck I was going on about. If you're wondering why I just had latency, that was my brain. It might make me seem a little slow, but it's a result of public speaking classes. Pets you a bunch. Thank you. Why can't I steal cars if we're just stealing stuff? If stealing's okay, why not cars? Anyways. I'm pretty sure all that computing stuff, all that computer stuff would, at least in some states, unless it's a federal thing, it might be yeah, I think that's a federal thing, actually. Grand Theft Auto. Or Grand Theft, not Grand Theft Auto, but it'd still be Grand Theft if it were valuable enough. I need to be careful here because I might accidentally like sell the computer to this guy. I'm not trying. Kitty! Whoa. 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 Whoa! Whoa! That dude almost hit the cat. Whoa! Yo, can I make the FOV? Okay, that's as good as the FOV gonna get. Okay. Come here, kitty. Pets. Failed. Pet 6 is damaged. We damaged the pet. I think we need to wait until we're like popular. Until we're a popufer. Well,
Getting a striker easy, all you need is a pro pad. Hook it up on the passenger side by the flow mat. Don't even start it up, put it in neutral and let it roll back. How I know this shit from YouTube Brew, I don't condone that.
real. Me shucking Western Digital hard drives out of Best Buy Easy stores today. That's how I felt. I don't condone that. But I learned that shit from YouTube. But my warranty was up. I didn't really shuck them. I still kept them in their case. Just took off their skin. No, I took off their casing. So the temperature will be better. Just because I don't have like a... You have to go to the toilet. I don't have like kids running around. I don't have... They're not going to get bumped. I know what I'm doing. So, with all that being said, we'll probably find a way to mount them into something, make them a little bit more stable. But for now, I'm happy to just take the cases off of there and just be careful, you know? And still, they're Western Digital drives. They'll be all right. It's kind of like why I don't condone it. It's like, it's a little sketchy, but I've been doing this for a while. It's computery shit. Stupid big calculators. Put the mouse down there, keyboard down there. Put the router right here. Put my inflatable girlfriend. Dude, I think this is actual poop. I think our guy, like, just shits in his hand and rubs it on the wall when he needs to go to the bathroom. Maybe that's a warning after the message I got last about I need to go to the bathroom. My character's saying this, you know? Where is a bathroom? We don't really have one. Maybe we do. Is there a porta-john? Is there a portable john? Is that a portable john over there? Guys, I think I see a portable john. But they wouldn't let us shit in it. If we go to America store, to the back, maybe. Do we need to buy a toilet? The guy just got hit by a car. Dude, they're just getting owned. Player. Trailer house. Clinic. My cloth. Clinic? Oh, excuse me, sir. They have a clinic here. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, no. Dude, these people are getting owned out here. What's up, clinic? Hey, man, do you have a bathroom? Seem like the kind of place that would have a shitter. Or do we just poop ourselves? Is this the kind of game where we just give up and shit ourselves? Do you have medicine? Dirty. You feel dirty. Well, what do you want me to do about it? God damn. Man, this city's tore up. I tell you what. Well, might as well go work on my computer. Excuse me, sir, I got a shit. Is there a porta-john outside? Somewhere in the back? No? Dude, there's nowhere to... Our character does just poop on the wall. That's why he has a mop. Jesus Christ. Here, can we... No, we don't save. We don't. Wait, we need to turn on the computer. Right, I do typically do that before I sit down. We gotta talk to our friend who's gonna tell us how to be streamer. Right, let's get to downloading. C'est n'est pas un message. Guys, they have a guarantee down here. They don't mine stuff on our computer, and it's awesome. Talk to your mate. Hey, dude, are you there? Write me. I'm here. Great. What do you want? Do. I want to be a super popular streamer. Ha ha ha, dude. Good luck. Bye. I'm serious, dude. Help me out. Okay, chill. What do you need to do? Start streaming? First, go to the Dodo website and sign up, dude. Okay. Dodo. Open up Dodo. Register. Oily Gape. If you accept this contract, we'll exploit you very well, and you won't even know it. We won't offer any support, and we'll just take your money. You have no choice anyway. Just kidding. Everything is professional. Okay. Alright, Oily Gape. Stream's gotta be on to show ads. $207 $826 $826. Can I just stream my conversation with my buddy on here? Yeah, I think I can. Okay, I got it going, dude. I signed up. Now find a magic wand because just kidding, dude. Download the OBS program or OPS. Reverse psychology. Say that people who subscribe are stupid. Aim to gain subscribers with reverse psychology. Threat. Call a bluff and say, tell them you'll shut down if you don't get a $250 donation. Jesus fucking Christ. Should I try that on you guys sometime? Sports. Talk about sports. Yeah, dude. Come on. It's way better. People found your comments very shallow. I downloaded all set. What else? Let me think. Dude, how do I check the money coming in, bro? Money? Anyway, you need to download Donate Lab, smartass. You can... Damn, dude. I downloaded it. Okay, ready to fill my bank account. You can set up your stream settings in OPS. Got it, bro. So what now? You can join the ranks of unsuccessful streamers. Just start streaming. I'll watch. 1+ viewer guaranteed. Oh, yeah? He's gonna be kind of maybe angry that we're just streaming. Advice? Any other advice, dude? Upgrade your equipment as you make money. Buy a camera from Zamazor if you can. If you're not popular, you need a camera. Streams with cameras get more attention. Did you buy a new game as soon as it comes out, or do you wait for discounts? You have to like pick the right words for that one. Streaming harms your health, friends. Go read a book. I already read some from a book today. Ever tried streaming with a toaster? Yeah. But I saw a streamer without a camera. He was playing games and he had tons of viewers. Don't talk to me about him, fat guy Zurich. Anyways, I'm out. You're getting on my nerves. Sorry. And thanks, bro. Catch you later. Aw, Felix. Felix, talk to me. Okay. Okay, guys, that was me talking to my friend Felix. Sound's gone, dude. I know. Alright, guys, we're gonna watch me put in my credit card info on the stream. We're gonna go... Oh, that's my stream key, by the way. Hope you guys. Do you think I should find a new job or continue streaming? Sounds off. I know. You press down arrow to get your phone to go away. Your voice is so annoying. I don't have a microphone yet, bro. Buy a microphone from Zamazor. So true. So we gotta get like the sure. Get that one and complete the purchase. Sleep and save the game. Okay. Stream's over. Get it. Bye. Yeah, just turn it off. It's daylight outside. We go immediately to bed. Ban all dissenter. We will. We should have banned them all. We're just making a list. Your goal now is to reach 500 followers. If you reach 500 followers, you can apply for a partnership. You can't get subscribers without a partner. Hey man, can you feel it? The energy of this house, it's intense. Who the hell are you? I'm just a traveler. The wind brought me here, but this house is restless. What? What the hell are you talking about? You're lucky it's early access. They haven't coded the part where I beat you up yet. Get out. Stop talking nonsense and get out. You are a fool. Thanks for not... Thanks for not stealing my mail. That was a funny way I opened that. Just explodes. Put the microphone... As an audio engineer, I recommend putting the microphone as far away from you as possible. You wanted to merely catch a reverberation, you see. The reflection from the wall. That fucking the Wojak right there, man. That's so funny. I actually think that's fucking hilarious. Alright, we got a microphone now. What's up? What's up, gamer? Today we're gonna be going... man, you're lying. It's not that bad. Your favorite streamer is here. I think I remembered getting that question first. No one cares about you, just quit. Get out of here. Alright. Let's get a camera. Oh, this one's 19% off. Let's get this one. The camera used to say, I have a camera. Donate, receive, check, donate lab. Oh my gosh. We got a donator. Hey man. Oh, I gotta enter my stream key. 207, which I'm streaming. 287. I'm requesting you to play this video. Wait, what? Huh? Tell them you're gonna have a raffle for followers only. Yeah. Guys, I don't know what this is gonna be. Don't get me banned. Please don't get me banned. Memes just in your... They want me to play this. They want me to play this on stream. Okay. That's pretty funny, man. I'll do it. I played it on stream. Okay, yeah. Or thank you. Okay. thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Streaming is a lot of fun. I think I could do it for the rest of my life. Rid of that. Hi, the stream is fantastic. Sad. Sorry, guys. Just cleaning up the chat a little bit. It got a little messy. I think it's pretty clear what I'm talking about, whatever your name was. Let's get I'm going to start streaming, but I'm embarrassed. Dude, that dude said some really bad shit to me before. I don't know why. Oh, thank you for playing that loud sound, sir. Thank you. Yeah, this is pretty accurate so far. Poor, you feel poor. Yeah. How many hours should we stream today? Should it be a long marathon or short and sweet? Oh shit, Ainsley. We got an Ainsley related donation. Shout outs to these guys. I want you to play this on stream. What could it be? Crud, missed what happened? Talk about your favorite food. 80% of success probability of success. Crud, I missed what happened. This is what one of my viewers wanted me to play on stream. You see, Coast. I don't like your stream. Yeah, read that one out. It's enjoyable to watch your stream, so I hope you make progress. Great stream, a little contribution from me. I want you to play this on stream. Was that what we just watched? Yep. Really curious about your favorite game. What is it? Man, this is fucking annoying. And my character has a mic, so they heard me say that. Are you streaming again tomorrow? Great stream. Hope your view count increases. Man, is it really this easy? This stream doesn't seem very interesting. Stream's trash. Delete. You feel tired? Yeah, oh, I got another donation. What's up? Oh, too tired to stream. The stream's off. Yeah, that's how it works, actually. That's very accurate. Yeah, just leave the computer on. Nah, shut it off. We don't want the power bill. Oh, wait, was the bad comment in the game? I was looking away and for a second thought someone came in the chat and said something nasty. Well, yeah, they came in my chat, you know. And they did say something nasty. Crispy Jerry. Hey, Jerry. I know what you got to do, and that's ask me for money, and I'm not even going to talk to you. I remember that from the last thing. We're going to put a camera right here. Yeah, they came into my stream, dude. Right here. I mean, I'm taking this really seriously. This streamer life simulator. If I don't take it seriously, close or open the light switch. That is accurate, actually. Well, it's the other way around. You would be closing the circuit to turn the lights on, then opening or breaking the circuit to do that. Anyways, you fuck off, man. Alright. We got shit to do. Oh, people are adding me on Discat. Yeah, that'll happen. Anyways, we got to stream. This time with the oh my god, the quality is shit. What's up, guys? The quality's pretty bad today. The quality is trash. Today we're going to be trying to upgrade my internet. Tell them that people who donate are very smart and supportive and try to get a $100 donation. Say that you're very poor and that you need $150. Talk about sports. Let's just talk about how smart they are. Yeah, that didn't work. All right. Let's upgrade our internet. Fast web. Stream is pixel by pixel. Well, then give me money. They're like, hey, please fix your stream. I care, and I would like you to fix it. And I'm like, shut up, delete. Testing my speed while streaming. There we go. Package upgrade currently unavailable. Oh, while I'm testing, I guess, yeah. So what do I have right now? Beggar. Say you're very poor. Talk about cars. Talk about your favorite movies. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Got virus on computer. You can clean viruses using a virus scanner. Uh-oh, guys. We got hacked. Guys, we got hacked. Got a virus. They're scanning all the bullshit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, BearShare and LimeWire. It's been going great. Premium feature. It scans in the background while the application is closed. Mail. You got mail. Since the total money in your account does not see... yeah, whatever. That's not how YouTube works. You don't just get money for posting videos, dude. Oh, we have bills to pay. Sure we do. Fast web. So do we have standard internet already? Bro, let's get gold. Right? Now we can afford it. Bide. No more 144p. Now you can stream in 145p. I just got an achievement. It wasn't worth it, was it? It wasn't worth it. We can't even buy it. Make erotic conversation during the stream. Say you have to pee. Oh, son of a bitch. Call your bluff, say you need a $5. Okay. Guys, the viruses are pretty bad. Focus. What's up, guys? We're going to be scanning for virus today. Got a bad virus on my computer, and so everything's screwed up. Basically. Pick your nose to increase viewers. That's... Get angry in a senseless way. Oh, thank you for the donation and the horrible sound you just played.
Every time I pee, my pee goes up by 1. I am somewhere around 72,000 peas at the moment. My prostate is so large.
It's so big and fat. I'm lowering my community chat toxicity by banning everyone who says anything remotely negative. Today we're going to be scanning for viruses, chat. And we're going to be turning off the webcam. Your energy's so low, you turn the stream off. Guys, our character still hasn't used the bathroom. It's day 4. Maybe they have. What's up, guys? No webcam today. Because the quality is so low, you know, we're just going to be doing that. But today we're going to be switching it up a little bit. I'm going to scan for some malware. What do you think about some people falling in love with game characters? Oh, it's great. I do that all the time. Would more viewers come if you dance during the stream? Yes. Yes. Dance stream controller. What? What? Huh? Wait, what? Oh my fucking god. Holy shit. Dude, look at him go. Oh my god, dude, what would y'all do? What are we looking at? A dance stream. Wait, what? Oh shit, chat. I wasn't expecting it to turn into a rhythm game. Let's go, killing it. Just discovered this, so much fun. You don't know how to stream, just stop. I like how I'm like deleting these with my fucking mind while I fucking dance. Dance, baby, dance. It's fucking, I can barely see him, dude. At least the camera's pointed the right way. Shit stream. Dude, the sound quality's 44 kilobytes a second. Oh, it's time for another dance. While I do a virus scan. Dude, it's just random fucking keys on my keyboard. Dude, it's fucking hard. I keep thinking I have to do them in some order, but I don't. Disappointing. I hope things change. Needs more life, needs more effort. Damn. Just became a follower. I like it. Just keep scanning for malware. I think I saw you on the street today. Read that one out. If you have a moment, can you open this? Dude, we saw this. We watched this yesterday. You weren't here yesterday. We watched this. We're not watching that again. Oh wait, we can cash out, bro. Oh, thank you guys so much. We just got $91 from the chat. I'm gonna spend it on better internet so you guys can see me dance cooler. Maybe I should pay my bills. Ugh. Lagging Larry played a sound. Bills take like a month to oh shit. I gotta hit some fat moves. Disappointing. Hope things change. You gotta donate for a new webcam. I did. Don't fucking play that sound. Router can't support the full available speed. You're out of energy, so the live stream is off. There he is. Alright, what's our bills? Quit streaming. You should upgrade everything except for the webcam. Might just. Rent. Electricity's not bad. Internet. Go ahead and pay the internet $100 for rent. $100 for rent. Wow. These people don't matter. Don't talk to those people. We don't know those people. We literally didn't get messages from any of those people before. Like, we don't know those people. Dude, can our character, like, buy a toilet? Has he just been shitting in his chair? What we got on Zamazor, yo? Need a better router. Damn, we need this one. It's $225. Inflatable pool, painting, CPU cooler, toilet. A useful piece of equipment for your bathroom. Yeah? Alright, good night, Crispy Joe. My character shits in his hand and rubs it on the wall. Whatever falls through the floor, he mops it up with the mop right there. And chat will be horrified to discover this when he finally gets an upgraded internet and they're finally able to see what it actually looks like. Watching the stream was a waste of time. Well, fuck that guy. All right, let's do a pool stream. What's that? Let's do just chatting. Sick. You feel sick. Oh shit.
Hello, I am Crispy Joe. You can shit in my hand. All I want is a small bit of money. Please help.
No can do. Wait, how much money do I have? How much is this medicine? Will I get hit by a car? Yep. Doctor. Ain't there nothing I can take? I said, doctor. To relieve this bellyache. I said, doctor. Oh, it's only $30. Alright. Yum, yum, yum. Thank you. Thank you. Relatable. Come on, man. Dude, the Crispy Jerry exploit is going to be next level in the speedrunning tech for this game. Guys, I don't think there actually is going to be a Crispy Jerry exploit. I think you need to get out of my way. Oh. Can I buy a gun and kill Crispy Jerry? Hey, yo! The Crispy Jerry exploit will be instrumental. Wait, what the fuck is this? Huh?
Hello, I am Crispy Gerald. I'm really here to Google your blow-up doll. I find the imagery of it in this shit-filled room rather erotic.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we got it. Skills. You wake up with 10% more energy. Bills are reduced by 10%. Crypto expert. Mining device efficiency increases by 10. Income for part-time jobs increases by 1 point. Energy. And bills reduced. We got one more passive income with the crypto thing. Oh wait, wait, that spends money to do that too. Fuck. Shit just got serious, guys. We gotta make money today. Oh shit, I just yanked my monitor off. And not in a smexual sort of way. I mean, for real. Dude, I stole a computer from work and now it's my computer. Yay! Hey, what up? We're gonna do a cool little... Hey, thank you for the donation. Gotta make a little... Do you think I should find a new... Georb? Start scanning. Well, today we're gonna do a little bit. I only have $6, so I can't do too much. But I could work my sweet body for you again. But that would be cool. What's Link Worker? Oh, this is people I pay to do stuff. I can't afford any of that. But thank you for the donation. It helps me afford that. Let's see. Start scanning. Donation lab. Thank you for the stream. Keep it up. Yeah. Yeah, guys. I gotta pay for fucking bills. Let's see. If you watch this video, we'll have so much fun. Oh, man. This better not be Goatsy again. Wow, man. That's crazy. It's really loud. Yeah, wow. You go really fast. Wow. Try to convince people that subscribing makes a lot of sense. There are people who thinks it makes sense. Okay. Watching this stream causes insomnia. Delete. Please open the link I sent. How to close a door tutorial. Dude, that was awesome, actually. That was like the best video so far. I actually like that. How to close a door tutorial. Okay. Watching the stream feels like torture. Please put in some effort. Go fuck yourself. Disappointing. I hope things change. Go fuck yourself. Say that you have to pee during the stream. Tell about a sad memory that you've had. Call a bluff and say you'll shut down if you don't get a $250 donation. 5% luck. Let's go. Failed. You didn't fool anyone. Does that increase the toxicity when I do that? They didn't like that. Oh, guys, we got a new donation. If you can't, really appreciate it if you watch this video. Not for $1, dude. Gonna need some more. Hey, yo, what's going on here? First time here. Yo, is this new? First time seeing. I just realized I'm banning people that are saying this stream causes insomnia. They're saying that as a compliment. Insult, humiliate. Oh, you turn off the stream. I'm sending it from my father's credit card. Dope. Give me that. How much money we have? 46. Okay, we're getting there. Can I order like energy drinks from Zamazor or whatever? I bet I can. Ban them for being too witty. Yeah, don't outclass me here. Lamps, paintings, desks, bed, closet, fridge, cursed decor. I'll check that out later. Seems a little too fun to just immediately click on cursed decor. We got to edge. Edge with me. Edge with me. Zamazor apps. Apps? I gotta scan for viruses again. Plane. Oh, it'd be on the phone, wouldn't it? My character's depressed, needs a shower, they're poor, they're sleepy, they're hungry. Swipe up to unlock. Jesus Christ. Food order. Food show. Food show. Your viewers are ruthless. Yeah, they kind of are. Juice cup. Donut. Why does this food look like it's from fucking Killer 7? Banana. Car, wardrobe, photos, fake gram. Splatoy. I don't know. Will cola gives him energy. Wait, the pizza gives him a lot of energy. Your food would be delivered as soon as possible. Wardrobe. Holy shit. Alright. Oh, we can get naked. Toes out. Upvote. Yeah. Make a new post.
The greasy oil goes all the way down, baby.
Got sex dolls in the background, too. I need to wait to invest that. Wait, what? Oh, wait, that was my okay. I forgot the Steve was out there. Mmm. Delicious. How do I, like... Feel dirty, you feel tired, you have to go to the toilet. Dude, yeah. Yeah, dude. How do you keep going without going to the toilet? Streamer TCOM. Premium ads. Wait, we haven't been running ads. Right. Can't afford this shit right now. Start scanning. Begin streaming. We're gonna gamble. Yeah, we got a donation from somebody's dad's credit card, which is really cool. Keep that up. Have you ever lost sleep to play a game? Oh, yeah. First time here. Looks awesome. I'd rather go outside than watch this stream. Okay, we have 3 days to pay the rent. It's not bad. It's not bad. Wanted to buy you dinner. $3 is not enough, but thank you. Turn off the stream. No. We're gonna scan for some viruses again. Then we're gonna go back to websites. Watching this stream feels like torture. Fuck off. Fuck off. Skin case. We don't have enough money to really actually play that. But we could look at games that we want to buy, chat. Or we could do a little bit of ASMR action, you know what I mean? What a stupid stream, total waste of time. How do I run ads? Guys, we have to scan for viruses again now. I'm freaking out. We've got to upgrade that. I'm curious about your height and your weight. Yeah, Oily Gape is like 5 foot tall. Stream settings. That's not it. God, that sound quality. The overall quality of the stream is just like insane. Wait, did we go to Dodo and run ads? Yeah. Run ads on Dodo. What's the best movie you've watched this year? And then we can open up our phone. Hold on. And just food order. Other streamers are leaving you far behind. Girl. Who cares? Create order for pizza. This stream is a disgrace. Donate received. Can you watch this video for me? Can't watch it for you, but how we see the world now. How we saw it as a kid. Don't send sad shit like that. You were on acid. Alright, your parents were dosing you with Gary's Mod drugs. Alright? Look, I grew up how I grew up, and without all the acid in my water. And my world looks the same as it did when I was a kid. Ban them. I don't know who it was. Probably these guys. Happy to be here. Good stream. Thanks, Bite Bandit. Why do you have so few viewers? Because I had to ban everyone else. I think an Aurora just happened behind me. Chatting with you and getting your feedback while streaming is very important to me. What should we talk about today? I'm waiting for your suggestions. Okay. Dude, what's pool? You're out of energy, so the live stream's off. Okay. Dude, this guy just stands here wanting money, and we just eat food in front of him. Start that stream back up. It's time to boogie again, dude. Greetings to all my little viewers. As always, with your support, I can make an even stronger stream. Yes. Gaming. Dude, we don't have games. We got dancing though. Just do what you know, the chill dance. That's what the people love. Alright, that's what they love. They love that dance we do, man. Wait, I just realized my shit's covering up the fucking chat. My bad. We're gonna turn off the shoe dog for now. Or we can put him up here. He's cute. I like him. Put him up here. Oh shit. What would you do if aliens came to you and abducted you mid-stream? I would simply have sex with them. It looks like you're dancing by force. Scam stream, scam alert. If you keep this up, no one will watch you. Don't watch this stream. Just boogieing down, dude. Gaining skill points like crazy. Just the same song on loop, dude. No fucks given. Stop watching streams. Yeah, show ads. Boom, right in the middle of it. Boom. God, how's he so good? God, it just bans so many people. My sexy pixel dance. Think I'm just gonna call out tomorrow. I feel Garbo. Yeah. Fair enough. Fewer ads, please. No can do. I hope you're not getting sick too. Who would want to watch your stream? Just shut it all down. You look tense while dancing. Who would say that to a man like this? Tip. Oh, we got a lot of donations. Whoa. Hey, we can pay Bill. Oily Gape is coming up in the world. No, we can't pay Bill yet. We can use the bicycle. How did I get out of here before? Oh, just the door, right? Let's do food deliveries. What's in the skills though? We could do bit shit. Everyone seems to be catching pneumonia. I don't think it's that, though. I've just been getting such awful lack of sleep lately that my body is reacting. Yeah. That could be it. Dude, my character's also at 1% energy. Probably relates. I hope you feel better. I'm gonna get a juice cup. I'm gonna get chips, pancake. The food doesn't go bad. Pizza. Food, 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 food. Mmm. There he goes. You probably just, probably just gotta eat more raw meat. We gotta go all the way over there for the crypto miner. Well, let's try to go get us some crypto, boys. I bet we can't buy a crypto Actually, hold on. Wouldn't we need maybe more than $55? Whatever, let's go check it out. Let's see how our body reacts to crypto mining. Ugh. This is how I get around when I'm not on stream, by the way. Maybe you should chug NyQuil. Don't actually do that. Speaking of raw meat, I made a poke bowl at home for the first time last week with salmon from Costco. It was so good. Naturally, I added roasted Brussels sprout to my bowl. Oh, yeah. Dude, it's a crypto, bro. Yeah, it's a bit of money. $400. Okay. So we drive back home. Actually, we should get a delivery job. Zub Eats, dude. Zub Eats, bro. Whoa. Here I come to deliver your food. Crunchy John is still up there. Fucking up. Hey. There's the food. Take it. Where I got delivered to over there.
Oh, yeah.
Ah! I didn't think it was gonna hit her. Food. Scared me. All right, let's make this one wait for it a little bit. But actually, that's an excuse for me needing to open up my window. Oh?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this happens.
Oh.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna leave it here. I'm gonna get a drink. Keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on them, okay? Oh my god, that guy just got fucking mowed down.
Mother. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh.
How they doing, chat? Did I hear like a voice? Did my character say something? Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, my character can't call out of work. So you know, that's his unfortunate reality. Delivering food that he can't eat to the same person over and over again. Well, I guess he's kind of a hypocrite. He has food at home and he gets delivered over and over again. Bump this guy. Gotta do the strat again. But first we gotta eat. Actually, I think we can afford to make this... I'm stuffed, I can't eat anymore today. I guess we actually have to go to bed in this game. Roasted Brussels sprout. Crispy cherry. If I just leave it here... No. Like, maybe I can, like, roll it in and out or something. I don't know. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna do that every time, aren't I? Damn it. Open up that shit. Boom. Virus scanner. Turn it on. Web. Bill. Ban. Pay. Fail the skill check or whatever the fuck. How much money does he have now? Hold on. Donate lab. Read all these fucking so fast. Can you open this video for me? That was crazy, man. Thank you. Thanks for sending that in, keeping us updated on the bugs. Can we just get... Okay, we got premium. Thank God. Stream quality is low. I'll look for another stream. No, you won't. I'd rather wash dishes than watch this stream. Well, washing dishes can actually be very satisfying. Stream name, my stream number 1. Oh shit, I never changed the stream name. Make a joke that's not very clever. Start talking about what kind of music you listen to, or call a bluff. Tell them you shut down the stream if you don't get a $250 donation. Takes 1 brain power. Just talk about the music. People like your musical taste. Oh, that's nice. Do you know how I can lose weight? Yes. Tell them how they can lose weight. Inform them. How much money? We got $22. Plane. What's plane? Fly. Guys, we can gamba. Guys, we can fucking gamba. Hold on. Can I lower the bet? You have to wait for the plane to land to place a bet. Yeah. Can you see my donation, chat? Yes. Loving the stream. Check back more often. This stream is so bad my computer started... Don't donate. Do you know how I can lose weight? God, these people. Ask people to recommend this stream to their friends. Tell people that you're going to have a raffle for followers only. Or talk about what you did today. 90% success. Yeah. People don't want to... Oh my god. What bad luck. Are you serious? Watching the stream is a disgrace. Oh, dude, the plane took off. You guys distracted me. I can just leave the stream going and just go, like... You just go to bed. Fuck them. Fuck y'all. Hey, people do that. We're Brussels sprout gaming. Yo, Crispy Joe, you got a lot more schmexy. What's going on, girly? Crispy Jerry. Bro, that's not Crispy Jerry at all. Who are you? Bro, Crispy Jerry. You gotta move, dude. Yo, chat. Y'all seeing this? Me on the daily Sam going to bed after crashing out in calls. So the stream actually does end. So chat did not see it. Please wait for the next one. Damn it. I was gonna... Nah. I wanted to see. I'm more concerned if my in-game chat saw this than my actual chat. This tells you how dedicated I am. Okay, I'm not trying to be perverted, chat. I'm literally trying to... Can I get into her, like, hitbox? Okay, it's not working. And also doesn't look very good, so... Guys, I think we gotta talk to Crispy Jerry. His hitbox is just larger. Oh shit. Okay. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Dude, the big shit smear. Dude, it's like crushed cans. Holy. Crispy Jerry, you gotta get out of here. Crispy Jerry, I'm gonna call the police. Crispy Jerry, I know I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, done a lot of things I really regret. I still think about, keep me awake at night. I wish I could apologize for. But you don't have to haunt me like this. Whatever. Open up that OBS. OPS. Open up that web. Talk about the kind of music you listen to. Talk about your favorite food. Call bluff. Tell them to shut down if you don't get a $250 donation. Well, with my luck last time, it didn't work. Okay. First time here, it's going well. Oh, think. Oh, we can bet like tiny money. Dude, bet. Bada bing, bada boom. Can't hear sound. Where's the sound? Why are they complaining about the sound? Did I mute my stream on accident? Nice. My plant wilted because of the stream. Did I forget to set up my mic? Where'd my microphone go off to? Oh, it's over there. Yeah, sorry, chat. I kind of bumped my bike into the Sorry, chat. Bumped my bike into the desk. Earlier. My bad. You're doing an amazing job. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm losing a lot of money really fast. I have bills to pay. Click to fix error. That's not real. That's not real. We don't pay attention to those. It's not real. We got some donations coming in, though. Please open the link I sent for $15. You got it. Holy. Oh. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, that's really unfortunate. What the fuck? Political. Talk about political. Get political. Nailed it. Your comments are appreciated. Damn right. Be more creative. I read it out loud. Why do turtles walk so slowly? There's so many comments about turtles. I like how you have two different bets, though. Can I have a negative bet? Can I hedge one of them? Do you calculate calories in your diet, or do you eat whatever you can find? I go by vibes. Other streamers will crush you. You can't keep up like that. Why do people think like this? Can you watch this video for me? Gandalf. Yeah, Gandalf sent me a video. Dude. Y'all, check it out. That guy tried to get me DMCA'd. We gotta ban him. Do you calculate They keep asking me about my calories. You embarrassed yourself and you should shut down the stream. Yes, I get it. I would have made a lot of money if I kept the money in. You ran out of your of energy. Excuse me. Just want to eat my chips. Drink my juice cup. Try to talk to the girl again. It doesn't work. I wonder if chat will notice that I deflated wife. Sup chat, I'm back. I ate like I don't know what I ate. It was on my porch for like days. Whole days. I'm gonna order more porch food. Actually I got bills to pay. Planes out. I got greedy. I got greedy. What kind of content is this? Find something better. Damn. Damn it! I was just about to click it. Reed, can you send me your phone number? I didn't watch that video. I should have. $37 buckaroos. Your stream is a disaster. Get angry in a senseless way. Try to convince people that subscribing makes a lot of sense. Yeah, they make it. They think it makes a lot of sense. Try hard Tommy. True. That dude was a little try hard Tommy. I like how people put the sad emote in just any message in this game. It's amazing. You ran out of energy, so the live stream is off. Oh, I didn't order food. Food order. Yep. I'll take one of everything. Insufficient funds. Banana. We have $3. It's not a lot of money. Wait. We only have $3. Sorry to bother you, buddy. Not important. What do you want?
Gerald has a dwarf wind.
So we only have $3. Insufficient balance. Ah, sorry, man. I can't do it. Get a job. That's not what's happening, you bastard. Mimi. Hello, I lost my bed. What? What nonsense are you talking? Hi. It was just a joke. Who are you? Sorry, man. I have insufficient balance. I came to swim with my friends, but they forgot me here. Why'd you come here? I have nowhere to go. Can I stay with you? I'll only stay one day. I don't know. I don't know you. That's ridiculous. I pay you $50? Get in here. Two of them. Sub chat. Your energy must be higher. Did our banana arrive? Oh, I guess. Yeah, this is good for the planet. Everything that just happened there. You know, you can sleep in the bed. I mean, I'm not using it right now. I'm renting out. Complete. Oh, they like that. They thought that shit was funny, dude. The virus scanner bill. Yeah, true. A lot of viruses. Talk about your favorite movies. Tell a funny story. Yeah, funny. I will produce subscriber only content. It worked. You changed people's minds. This stream doesn't seem very interesting. That woman is dead. Yeah, that's what I thought for a second. Can I advertise here? Yeah, sure. It's my first donation. Thank you. I don't like your stream. Fuck off. I still got the money from that, though, right? What a terrible microphone you're using. True. They're not wrong. You gotta donate. God, dude. Use this money to buy games. Okay. It's fucking super valid. I want to. Do you buy a new toilet paper? Do you buy a new game as soon as it comes out, or do you wait for the discounts? Patient gamers, your chat is so empty. Watching is a waste of time. Bro, they haven't seen an empty chat. They should come to this. Let's see. She's here. Peter. The girl is here. Guys, we went from depressed to demoralized. We're moving up in the world. Those the wraps, I think, are probably the best bang for our buck. Fuck. Jesus Christ. What the fuck, man? Oh, his fucking head moves, man. Where is she? God damn it. Damn it. Okay, whatever. I never ate the food. It just was delivered. I keep doing this. Donation received. It's bad for you to stay immobilized like this for so long. Watching this stream is pure stupidity. Shut it down. No, it's not, man. We're just hanging out. Calm down. Let's get in there. Let's get in there with a 2-bet. You need a ring light to highlight his oil. I would love to. My plant wilted because of this stream. Is esports or regular sports more interesting for you? Facecam Rob, what's up, Josh? Hi. I'm playing Streamer Life Simulator 2. Fuck. I'm losing bets. Keep it up. I will. Yo, I like you guys a lot better. Chee. It's okay, I can read bottom text. Call a bluff. Tell chat you'll shut down if you don't get a $250 donation. Failed. You didn't fool anyone. Yeah, chat, I'm shutting it down if I don't get 250. Are you streaming on multiple things? This is a game. This is Streamer Life Simulator 2. But they do a pretty good job. I guess my chat is covering up this chat a lot. Fuck. Guys, I need to stop trying to bet while I'm... Here, this will make it more clear if I, like, zoom out.
At least they don't identify as Freddy Fazbear, because this one kid became Freddy Fazbear after this guy William Afton murdered him. Raw and like 5 other kids. He murdered Freddy Fazbears, Bonnie the Bunnyman, Chica the Kitchen, Foxy the Fox Pirate, Roar. And why?
And why? Fuck it, what's going on? Alright, we gotta order a burrito. We got a phone in this game too, check it out.
That for days.
I need to post this one on Fategram. They're gonna think I killed her. Oh, it's getting a lot of likes. They like that.
And
I can
yellow
only-
Freddy Fazbears because W. William Afton was purple, but he was also yellow.
I'm
So
throwing up
he
and
murdered
pissing.
the white yellow bear, but also brown Freddy Fazbear. And that's why if you identify with Freddy Fazbear is bad, cause you in a suit, cause the bodies are stuffed in the suits. That's why.
Bro, she is so drunk.
Throwing up and pissing. Chew dog, corporate, 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 chew dog, corporate,
got
chew
stop
dog, corporate,
banging
chew
into my
dog,
desk.
corporate.
What's up, y'all? I like y'all a lot better than this chat. They're very, very mean to me. I keep my keyboard and my mouse down here so they stay clean. Because as you see, I don't have a toilet here. So what my character does, as far as I'm aware, is he takes his shit in his hands and he smears it all over the wall. I gotta close my window. It's getting cold in here. Not because I said that. I don't care.
Chudo stare zero, chudo stare zero. Chudo stare zero, chudo stare zero. Chudo stare zero, chudo stare zero. Chudo stare zero. Chudo stare zero, chudo stare. Chudo stare zero. Chudo stare zero. Chudo stare zero.
It is fire.
It's called a dirty protest. He's protesting having to stream in 144p.
That's Mimi. She paid me $50 to live here for like a day. I don't know if she's gonna leave. I don't really care. She just kind of walks around. Glad we got that crispy guy out of here or whatever. Mimi. Chat doesn't seem to notice that she's here. which is interesting.
Catch me in the bed, catch me in the bed.
Wait.
Me, me. Oh,
Every
me.
time.
Oh, me.
Oh, me. Oh, me. Flashbang me. Dude, Gandalf _ Grey gives me Dr. Butt
Mimi
Doctor energy.
Goifwen, you could do so much better.
Just like that username and the way that these usernames seem to have little personalities tied to them. It's interesting. Just became a follower. I like it. Oh, thank you. Is perhaps a rat boy in there? Maybe. Guys, we have like bills to pay. I gotta stop gambling on these planes. But dude, what this next is gonna be huge though. So I'm just gonna put all my money on it. Whatever, dude.
That sure's a great doggy. Here. Scupple, scupple, dooble, blopple.
I love these.
What is it with me? Does talking in caps make me imagine words? I require additional information.
Require additional information. Would you prefer a night out or a night of online gaming? Gaming. Yeah, our streaming username is Oily Gape. Oh yeah, they send us links to open. It'd be awesome if you played this on stream, can you? It's this video again. Creepiest creatures found in the ocean. Big fin squid. We meet girlfriend.
Kana irrequire yadishinly. Irrequire yadishinly. Irrequire yadishinly. Path.
Wow, creepy creatures, chat.
Oh dear, I'm just a Sicilian sun man. Woo.
Sent you. Aha! Woo! Sent you a link. We should watch it now. Holy shit. Oh, man. Dude, that's crazy. Dude.
Require additional plunge. Require additional plunge. Require additional plunge.
Dude, the stream toxicity is getting so out of hand. They think I'm newty. They think they can say crazy shit. He's almost reached 500 followers. She's finally caught in the bed. Catch me in the bed. I'm stuffed. Kenny. Okay, we gotta sleep next to Mimi. Haha, woo. I acquire additional pylons. I require additional pylons. That's what he was saying. Oh, wait, Mimi actually left. Guys, our character hasn't pooped in a week or something. What the hell? What the heck's going on?
Oh!
Is it just me or is the game silent now? No, let's make it sound. Okay.
I'm just spitballing here. Crazy words have both of them as trading. Phonetic disqualification, trades aspiring.
No, I just shouldn't have banned that guy, and it accordingly didn't make a noise. GTA 6. I like spaced out. Suddenly screamed during the stream. The stream. People think it's ridiculous.
Cigarette daydreams, you were only 17.
Fuck, I banned somebody who's completely innocent. Turn that volume up. Shit stream. Oh shit.
Oh, yeah, I'm shitting up a Starman here. Catch her. I'm shitting clustering over. Oh, look at this wild artist. Like you
I love his old man laugh. I clicked by accident, but I like it. Dude, the sound quality is 44 kilobytes per second. I'm just dancing my ass off, fucking banning everyone from my stream who says anything. It's like a motorbike that spent his life smoking, trying to start. Dude, what do they dislike so much? I turn off my camera and dance? Oh, son of a bitch. Are they gonna like this?
Kana akaka kaka kaka.
Yeah, we rapping tonight. This is chill. Let's do ASMR. I don't like your stream, Reed. Like, support your streams. I want to show you something. Can you watch this? Skibbity toilet. How to close door tutorial. $18 to watch that. That paid my bills. I can't complain. Oh, we gotta do ASMR. I'm not gonna lie, the first game's ASMR, I want them to bring that back. It was just a big soundboard, and you just made the worst sounds ever. It's awesome. Let's check my email on live stream. We couldn't pay you because you're...
Okay, my name is Kenny Hart. Just locking though. Me and Crystal were watching music videos. And then, man, that's crazy.
Okay, moral of the story, don't check her email.
God damn it! Woo.
You hear, nice stream. Or they hate me. Dude, the stream toxicity is so bad. Mode sub, subscribe only chat. Okay. Clear. There we go. Just ASMR. You got your Sennheisers on? Purple. Hi, Purple Josh. That's fire. That could be a rap beat. Yeah, I'm rhyming. I'm covered. I'm covered in grease. Covered in oil. I'm covered in feces. And so is my room. Put me in a tomb. I'm real oily. Probably get arrested soon. The police are looking at my Instagram. See me do a sexy pose with dead lady. But people like it. Can I show you all the pose shit with this? Hold on. Look at this. Look at that. So,
You love being covered in peanut butter, huh? Yeah, just sniff the peanut smell and feel the creamy butter all over your dog boy fur. What's that? You want me to fill your ears with peanut butter? Okay.
yeah, fill me with butter. Nut butter? Peanut butter. What if you're allergic? Yeah, it's better. Hold on. Trying to align his ass with the Wojak. Excuse me. Where's the Wojak? Where'd it go?
Filling
He's
me
like-
with butter from your peanuts? Ha. Okay.
Okay. Alright, it's like covering up the Wojak now. Come on. We can get this right. Apparently, we're incredibly depressed. There we go.
Off on a Ghana, great sweet grapes go God who fans and I see he beat me, he helped him, and he specials BP's PCC's, he himself is too just like me, G's the no, blah, 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 Randall's college is out, penis, performing, pick pistols, please, quick, real brief, the tip rocks, gigs,
All right,
G's,
we'll
chill,
post that one
see,
later.
shoot, I don't swim stop, it's this visit,
Eminem, you stuttering like crazy.
Eminem? Hello? Oh yeah, let's try to catch that cat. There's a cat around here. We can try to catch. Where's the kitty? There's a cat around here somewhere. Just keep your eyes peeled. Ah. Kitty! Catechus. That's the DK rap in alphabetical order as transcribed by YouTube, not a single date. Wild. Yeah, I didn't recognize it at all. Okay, we can't actually afford it. I'm sad too. We'll try again. It's not like it runs away. We'll just eat a burger. We'll eat a burger about it. Get back on the computer. Turn on that live stream. Start reading those donations. Do you need money? Yes. Be more creative? Yes. Coffee on me. Enjoy your stream. $15. Okay. ASMR sounds.
busted on a blow pop, turn it yellow, I'm chill, I'm hanging around in Monticello, got a bear by my side and my other side's a guy, he said he wants to blow me, goddamn, he's gonna show me.
Is that also from the DK rap? DK. Dude, what's pool? For this stream, you need to buy an inflatable pool. Right. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that whole thing. lovely donation sound. Is the donation sent from here? Yes. Maybe not subscriber only, maybe follower only. Maybe mode normal. Mode emo. Did my computer? Oh, fuck off. They can just play sounds, right? Do you calculate calories in your diet? Do you eat whatever you find? Whatever I find, man. Do you see the conditions I live in? If I send you $2 more dollars, will you stop the stream? I miss Blonde Eminem. He was so hot. Whatever I find. Yeah, instead of going off of vibes, like I said earlier. You know, like tummy vibes. Like, oh, that was too much. Oh, that was just enough. Tummy vibes. I eat rocks. Good rap. I always have something else to do at the time you stream. That happens. Greetings to all my loyal viewers, as always, with your support. Can even make a stronger stream. Your stream is a disaster. Get out of here. I really enjoy watching your stream. This chat is trash. No, they're not. Oh, wait. Yeah, they are. Undo, dude. No. Someone stole my credit card and is sending donations to streamers. Get out of here. Don't tell them. What a terrible microphone you're using. Yeah, I know. Is there a bot in the stream? Hopefully not. I didn't like the stream. Watching streams is a waste of time. Why is that guy here? I got a donation. Check it on Donation Lab. This donation is for you to quit streaming. Maybe someday. Donate, lol. Coffee on me, enjoy your stream. Dude, they're putting big bucks down. You're playing amazingly. What keyboard are you using? Thanks, I'm not playing a video game. Dude, we got almost 90 bucks. What's them bills looking like? That's what I'm thinking about. I eat rocks, I pay bills. You feel poor. Zamazor. What's I know we were thinking about getting a toilet, but hear me out. We could get a better router soon, and which would be cool. Because as it stands, our stream can barely handle anything here. We need more power. I eat rocks. I eat burritos with my rat friend. I eat burritos with my certified. I eat my friend. I eat my butt doctor. Wait, what? Eating ass like usual. Make a joke that is not very clever. Well, it's only appropriate. Wait, call a bluff. Say you'll take off your shirt for $50. He has his shirt off already. Unfortunately, at bowling, I fell up the stairs. Sorry to hear that. Failed. You didn't fool anyone. Exactly. He has his shirt off already.
Legs weak. Hands heavy, your mother's dress and skirt are too big, you look shocked. But if you look at him, he's calm and relaxed. Bombs are falling, but we forget the book was well received by everyone attended. He planted his mouth, but didn't speak. Did he fall? The water How? Everyone is crying. Pee pop is pissy poop poop.
Pissy poop poop. Pissy poop poop. The stream is really fun, he says. Great stream. Why, thank you. Why, thank you. You know, we don't have any bills due. I think we can afford a little bit of betting so long as we don't let ourselves get too cocky. Bojack type poem. Did Bojack write poems? Praise people who subscribe and try to gain more subscribers. Say that people who subscribe are stupid. No. People aren't familiar with subscriptions. You're playing amazingly. Which keyboard are you using? The one I stole from my cafe job. Thought we all knew this. Or, dude, we could do a skin case, bro. Bro! Gamba! Oh, boy. $7 knife. It wasn't worth it. But we got a donation. Fucking can't change the name of the stream. Let's do it again. $150. Sell it. Do it again. Yo, Pog. $60. That's less than I thought. But cool. Please write your favorite streamer. Yeah. Come on, big money, no whammies. Dang it. Skin case. Maybe I should change the stream name from Piss to Skin Case. Maybe it'll like be like, yo.
You're flying now. You see fins much more clear than from the ground. It's all okay, or it would be were you not now halfway down. Thrash to break from gravity what now could slow the drop. All I'd give for toes to touch the safety back at top. But this is what
I have a special surprise for those who are watching the stream right now. I'll reveal it at the end of the stream, so stay tuned. I say in the game. I say in the game. This is W? Wait, what do we get?
gravity, what gravity, what gravity, what gravity, what gravity, what gravity.
Dude, we're losing all of our money. Oh no. No, my money. All of chat's money. Oh no. This donation is for you to quit streaming. Yeah, fair. Dude, we got $10. Oh no. Guys, we gotta go gamble it on the plane game now to get our money back. Case openings. Is this sponsored? No, not at all. They just went for it. Try to get insufficient energy. No. No, turn off. No, cash out. Oh. Son of a bitch. Scared the hell out of me, man. I have nightmares about that shit. Wait, I can't order food from the computer. I have to do it from the phone. Purple. What if rat was purple? I'll say we can't afford shit, and then I go crazy, I go cocky, I go stupid, and it's dumb. Maybe I could cash that cat over there. Maybe we just let my character sleep instead of trying to eat our way through a lack of energy somehow. Which I still don't quite understand. Usually eating makes me sleepy. Posy deep, that's how I freaky. Posy deep. Eat. We could also have our character do food deliveries. Let's do that. Make a bunch of money. Zub Eats. You know when you need a quick buck and you get a gig with Zub Eats? It's over there at the clinic. Cool.
Hello?
I freak when he eat my Zub.
Freaks eat Zub. Alright? And I'm a freak. You'll see me eating a lot of Zub. Alright, where do we have to deliver it? Over here? Don't worry about that guy. Alright, let's go back on Zub Eats. 26-point turn. It was quite a few points. I freak when he eat my Zub. I should cancel it. Let's get a better order. I don't know. I was trying to see how if like we could like game the system and just pick the best orders, which is what you actually try to do if you've ever done that job. I have. That dude just got owned. That dude just got pwned, alright? I'm not talking like boom headshot, but... See, this is pretty far out. See, this is, we're canceling the order. Yeah, sorry, man. Wait, is it how... I'm unsure of how they're calculating this. Bro, why'd you cancel my order? 'Cause you're sick, I don't want to make you feel worse. Wait, what did you add to chew? Oh, I'm flipping you off. Now I'm gonna starve. I'm sorry, Sam. I'd make you a bunch of peanut butter and jellies right now if I could, buddy. I know you're under the weather. Weather? That went surprisingly well. Getting nom nom nom. Tickle tickle. Oh, it's a tickle tickle? Aw. I'm actually really ticklish. Encoding overloaded. OBS? You okay? Not dropping any frames. I'm gonna say that's okay. Me lost with no Zub Eats. Me getting tickled, destroying your order as I wriggle around on it. On my bike. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Is that car going off-road? Whiskey Flats.
Shootout Stoic underscore TKCHU dot GESTOIC underscore TKCHU dot GESTOIC underscore TKCHU dot GESTOIC underscore TKCHU dot GESTOIC underscore TKCHU.
Why does he sound like a politician? He sounds like someone whose whole job is to like never shut the fuck up. Oh my god, you can buy cars and motorcycles. Knock knock, the food is still warm. What am I, fast? Was it not still warm before? I felt like I was doing alright. Love when TTS doesn't do TTS. Yeah.
Water going into my house right now. And who knows where the cats are?
Who knows where the cats are? Oh, the shop's over there. Whoa, that turn. That's gnarly. We're gnarly.
My Windows empty domain account password is a underscore B underscore C underscore D underscore F underscore G underscore H underscore I underscore J underscore K. Please keep it private.
Please tell me y'all saw that person fall from the sky just now. I didn't expect that. Looked down on the stream. You shot someone out of the sky with your bike? No, I didn't. They just fell out of the sky. Hi, Uncle Ronder. Preemptively ordering a burger to my house right now. We're playing Streamer Life Simulator right now. Hi, puppy. Love you.
You wanna know my Xbox name? Okay, it's lowercase x, uppercase x, underscore, uppercase e, lowercase m, uppercase o, underscore, uppercase x, lowercase x, underscore 6969.
That's my sex number. Don't wear it out. What happened? Hello? Hi. Where's the delivery? Oh, it's over there. Yeah, that's pretty far. And our character's pretty tired, so maybe we take him back home.
Oh, no.
Hey, Damn DK, thank you for the subscription at tier 1. I really appreciate it. I noticed you followed the other day, but I wasn't online when I noticed it, so. I still, in my room, I said thank you for the follow.
The existence of an underscore implies the existence of a middle score and an overscore. This underscore is how very smart I am. Underscore.
Fuck! We hurt the cat with the ball. He's in pain now, and he hates us. I'm kidding, he doesn't hate us. He's not really super in pain. That voice is so fucking crazy. Emo guy is so cat, but like I don't. I added so many fucking emotes. I don't know what people are saying half the time anymore. It's entertaining. I think swing it. I wasn't ready. Man, look at that quality.
I love it
Fail.
when my boyfriend wears cologne 3.
Colon. Yori subscribe moment. Oh shit, that's who that is. Hey, thank you. Jory. What's up? Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. Aren't you glad I don't have a subscription sound like that? Yeah, minus fucking 2, right? Yeah. Yeah, I just have a little bing. That's the default. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Good enough. Usually I'm kind of picky with stuff like that, but I was like, it's alright. I didn't pick it in this game. A record scratch when you subscribe. That would be pretty good. A pic of Charlie behind me is whispering to me. Do you need money? Now say my name. Yeah, donations. Dude, Dude, I thought like the monitor was like smoking.
Hello?
Quit streaming. $20. I do appreciate all who support the stream. And I also appreciate everyone who doesn't come in here and spam things like shit stream. And you got no flow. And seems like something's missing. Alright? I don't like that one, man. Oh, we got Bill. It's rent. We'll pay it. Let's get it out of the way. All right, how much is the router? I want to show you something. Can you watch this? Yeah, sure. What's this shit?
Shit stream, no flow? What? Oh no! I'm talking about my average experience when I go to the water closet to do my shameful business.
Alright, that got me, dude. Holy shit. This video is fucking great. Shit stream, dude. Shit stream. A video. Well, I want you to play this on stream. What's this one?
Shit stream.
I'm right behind you.
Send to confirm you're not a bot. This video sucks, man. Thanks for the bunny. It's hard to keep watching this. Bam. Wait, we gotta dance. Bust it. Fuck. For someone who can type as well as I can, seeing it, like, being made to do this, it's difficult. I don't know, it's not as easy. No flow, no bitches, no bread. This stream is a total disaster. This is boring. No, it's not. This stream's trash. No, it's not. Dancing until I fucking puke. You never interact with your viewers. Fuck of. I'm dancing right now. Fuck of.
Why the same dance all the time?
Get a Jerub.
How much do you weigh?
This is fun!
My chat right now.
Have a pet? Do you have a pet?
Ow, ow, ow. Yo, they're like pogging, dude.
Who is this?
Wait, when did I put it on the emote only mode? I didn't do that. How did I do that? I must have hit that on accident. Can you stream naked? That voice is so goofy. Yeah, send.
Wow, I am literally dancing with you. Wow, woo.
Gato.
Gato. Chucked up, so ain't underscore TK shoot dead cat lunchies.
That was incomprehensible. Almost. Alright, so use the computer. Fuck your stream. So my character was tired. My character will sleep. And then day 9, no shitting. My character's not pooped this entire time or pee-peed. In fact, still doesn't have enough money to really afford a toilet. It's a sad world. We're gonna buy more food. Why is this nasty little freak streaming and stealing beasts? Hi. Hi. What's up? What's up, Mom? How you doing? We got a delivery. Oh, we're sick. Hold on, delivery man. We gotta go get medicine. Everybody watch out. Entering the road. Oh shit. It's a bloodbath out here. God. Yeah, Streamer Life Simulator 2 is pretty hectic.
Ready rat. Squeaky. I'm just a little rat. Ooh, squeak, squeak.
Ooh, ooh. Hi. Entering the road again.
Oh, thou demon drink.
Dude, we might as well do gig economy while we're out here.
Thou curse of society and its greatest annoyer. Hey, what hast thou done to society? Let me think.
I thought that was going to be like the Ted Kaczynski manifesto for a second.
Caused the most of ills, thou demon drake.
Was that like from the Bible?
You call it satanic because you hear the screaming. I call it shit because it sucks.
Huh. Oh, the worst poet ever. Oh, I know about that guy. I know about that guy. Yeah. I know about that guy. Chance of catching a pet increases. We need a better router, though. Hold on. Web. Zamazor. Routers. Let's get this one. Buy that shit. Bada bing. Poor, you feel poor. Yeah. Well, while we wait on that to come in, start stream, show camera.
Check your router girlfriend.
Shucking my router girlfriend. Let's open up the... Let's go to web. Then we go to Dodo. And we show ads. Oh, delivery. Holy shit. Guys, new router here. In a crazy chat. Guys, I got a new router. What's the stream looking like now? Quality is trash. Probably have to restart the computer, right? That's probably how that works, right? I hear if you have two routers on a desk instead of a keyboard and mouse, you stream 10% better. That's probably the trick. Oops. Oh, yeah. I hate it when I move my office chair and it, you know, turns off my computer. Whoa. We don't have a CPU cooler. We have 1 gigabyte of RAM. Oh, it's kind of bad, y'all. It's kind of bad, y'all. We're not working with a lot here. I got ThinkPad sitting over there with more oomph than this. Way more oomph. So much more oomph. Is it still... Hold on. So we can up the... How did I turn on emote only mode, and how do I mode normal? Camera quality doesn't support this setting. Okay. We're bumping it up to here. We're dropping a bunch of frames. Let's upgrade the internet. Go to fast web. Let's get deluxe. Insufficient funds. Let's go gamble. Okay, they can't even like see the stream. They have no idea what's going on. Turn off the camera. 60 FPS. Internet speed quality problem. Fuck. Alright, turn that down. 480. Hum, 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 hum. Dude, they hate me. They hate my ass. You stole this from a coffee shop. Of course it's bad. True. 1 gigabyte of RAM, though, Mom. I don't know how we're going to do it. I want to donate organs, Reed. It's bad for you if you stay immobilized like this for too long. Stop playing that. I think I saw you on the street today. That's a good message. Nice stream, sure. Yes, I'm curious about your height and your weight. Can you see my donation, chat? I want to donate organs. Can you stream naked? I'd really appreciate it if you watch this video. Dude, turn it off. Dude, that scared the fuck out of me. I don't even know what I clicked. Huh. Sorry about that. Your stream is terrible. No one wants to watch it. Fuck off. My police were shouting while playing games. The police came to the building. What the fuck? I gave it a chance, but it's not working for me. That's okay. The stream was a total disaster. No, it's not. This chat is great. Everyone's very kind. I don't want to miss any of your streams. I'd rather read a book than watch this stream. That's good. Where am I? What are you doing after the stream? Shitting. Great stream. A little contribution from me. I want to show you something. Can you watch this? I got a Raspberry Pi with 4 times that. I'm curious, is esports or regular sports? Interesting. I like how I'm streaming the Donate Lab screen. Full screen the camera. It's fucking great. That opens actual YouTube? Yeah. Call a bluff and say you'll take your shirt off for $50. I love that one because he is shirtless. But it takes a lot of oh, that's energy. I see. Make erotic conversation. People did not adopt their ideas. You ran out of energy, so the live stream is off. Yeah, it opens actual YouTube. So that's as quality as the... That's as quality as the actual stream or the webcam can get. Okay. Drop that down. Oh, you can change where the chat is. That's nice. Okay, believe it or not, that dude is fucked in the head, so he needs to eat a fucking burrito. I feel like we should take our webcam and we should take our router and we should go to the pawn shop. We should sell this shit. Maybe even pick up a food order while we're at it. With Sub Eats. Y'all hear that? What is that? Because I don't know what it is. It's probably gay porn. Let's do scratch offs. It's probably rat porn. Ooh, $50. Guys, we can get big cash. Guys, big money is a possibility. Hey, this dude sold our stuff while we were standing there. Very kind of him. A nice keyboard. Some more RAM. Resh RAM. Resh RAM. Alright, see you, crazy guy. I guess we have food to deliver / pick up over here. Okay, if you say so. Dude, this is from my old job. That's fucked up. They had to foreclose, or they had to go bankrupt because the company computer was stolen. That was the one thread tying it all together. After that, it was game over. They had all their employees' genome mappings on that thing. They had all the Christmas cards and calendars. You know, just a bunch of bullshit, really. Alright, this guy, I give him the food. You know? He can take it. He's a big boy. He sells cars for a living. Alright? Car. Alright? Or maybe cars. How much are these? 6,000. $21K. $45K. Alright, alright. Or not 45K. $4,500. Yes. Here we come. We're going this way. Wait. We passed our house. I forgot. Nice. Yeah. And now we got more money. So now, I guess we can go to Zamazon. Zamazor. Touching grass, buying cars, can't be a streamer. Could be. Couldn't be. Webcams. And also a better mic for this guy. How much are our bills, though? Pretty big on not getting kicked out of house. You feel poor. Cameras, okay. We just barely can't afford that one. We could gamba. Oh wait, we have some money to withdraw. Okay. Bada bing. Let's get it. And we'll start talking to these dudes. Stream is pixel by pixel. Oh no. Substandard general quality. Comment on political issues in the stream. Try to convince people that subscribing makes a lot of sense. There are some people who think it makes sense. Alright, chat, got the new webcam. It's a Logitech C920. I think. Probably. There, right? Yeah. Then, boom. Show camera. Full screen camera. And then that camera quality up. No? Camera quality doesn't support this setting. Then what the fuck did I buy it for? Stupid. You have embarrassed yourself. Just shut it down. No one wants to hear your stupid stories. Are your subscribers stupid? Damn, they're so mean to him. They're so mean to this guy. Do you ever considered cheating in online games? Have you done it before? There we go. So I just realized if we have the chat on this side, I can't... Hold on. Then... Hold on. Now... Okay. There we go. Then you can't hit... You can't hit the buttons over here. Watching this stream is a waste of time. Delete. Great stream. Thank you. I'll read that. Am I subscribed now? Yes. This donation is for you to quit streaming. Delete. I'm curious about your height and weight. Nice stream. Do you need money? Dude, the stream toxicity is just rising and rising. We need more mods. We need more mods. I took a poop, brushed my teeth, made a coffee. Coffee after teeth isn't great, but I feel self-cared. I've done it before. Hey, get some good sleep, Ducky. Sleep well. Much love. Yeah, I've done that before. It happens. It happens. I will probably be wrapping it up here soon as well. We'll get one last good stream in there. Wait, now the webcam is like nice. Hold on. Maybe? No, it's just smaller. Web and then let's go to plane. Boom. Dude, sometimes his computer just goes completely silent. I'm not sure why. I sent you a video. Can you check it out? It's this video again. Good video. Good day, everyone. Welcome to my stream. Not hello to my stream. Dude, toxicity in chat is through the roof. We'll have to deal with that next time we play this. They're so toxic. Plane is out. Dear game, let us place our own videos in the game. Regards. Yeah, like a Twitch chat integration. I'm sure they'll have that. That's like... That seems obvious, hopefully. If they can figure out how to do it. We've almost reached 69% toxicity. Oh, don't do me like that. Tell them about poetry. They'll hate that. They didn't like the poetry. Of course they fucking didn't. Why are you talking about poetry to this particular Twitch chat? Don't watch this stream. Cash out 70. Got 70 out of it. Hell yeah. That's good shit. Dancing until I fucking puke. Let's make good on that. For this... What? Oh, that's haunting. Do you like this? I didn't mean to turn it all the way down. You ran out of the energy, so the stream is off. Yeah, that's how I feel in real life right now. I've ran out of energy, so the stream is off. But production value has gone through the ceiling. Yeah, yeah, the fucking do the fucking inverting. Oh man, wait. So sleeping saves the game. I remember they said that. Thank you all for watching. It was a very funny stream. But like I said, my energy level is low, so yeah. I must end the stream here. Unlike this guy, I'm not just gonna slam the OBS shut. Go get a banana. I'm gonna go get a banana and immediately turn the stream back on. I'm just kidding. I need to go to bed because I'm a real person. I'll catch y'all next time. This game's actually really fun. I'm having a blast.